Hey guys, and welcome back to Pokémon Sword. Well, that nonsense is dealt with now, and Rose is definitely placated, so we can get on and have a nice, cushy finals at the Pokémon Stadium. So, actually I prefer Pokémon Stadium too, but we work with what we're given here.
Quite right.
Well, I mean, if you're one of the 5 people who managed to get a copy back in the day, because that seemed to be quite a rare game to get hold of, did Stadium 2.
Really?
Yeah, I seem to remember, when I was younger trying to get hold of one, I ended up having to get it quite overpriced on eBay, but that may have been, because it was a couple of years later, I don't know.
Interesting. I was an only child, so whenever I wanted the game, I just asked, and then it miraculously appeared, not soon after.
Well, see, I was a spoilt brat as well, but sometimes, you kind of have to beg a little bit harder.
That's the really cynical version of Dig a Little Deeper from Princess and the Frog. Just a sword chilling. A haunted sword chilling on the right there.
God, I love the Honix line so much. That was when Gen 6 was being announced and the Pokemon coming out, that was the one that I was most excited to see its evolutions for.
Oh yeah.
When I first saw Honix, because out of all the item Pokemon that you get, you get your Voltorbs, you get your Magmites, shit like that are based on objects, I would say that a sword is the fucking coolest concept.
Agreed.
I mean, it evolves into a sword and a shield, so, it's strange we haven't really seen any up until now. I wonder if we'll see one before the story concludes.
No, see, I was saving this for my video essay called How Pokemon X and Y Predicted Sword and Shield.
The thing is that it would not surprise me if there was somebody out there who literally did that as a video essay. This is not putting any disrespect out there to people who do video essays, because there are some that are excellent. There are also some which, oh boy, their choices.
It's I don't know, maybe think more than not at all. And, wait, you know what? I'm going to stop right there, because I'm not a hypocrite. I watch some good ones, and I watch some bad ones as well. Bad as in critical, not in terms of poorly made or anything.
I feel there's a difference between people who are genuinely passionately trying to critique something versus thing you like is bad, feel bad for liking it, but that's kind of its own thing, and I realise that I personally have been on the wrong side of that as well, so I can't really say too much in that respect.
God, I could say so much now, but I'm not going to, because you all know where I'm going with this train of thought.
It's fine, when I say this I mean that I don't want to make randos feel bad. When I poke fun at Tom for liking his cartoon, that is exclusively at Tom.
That's fine, sometimes I deserve it, because I do talk about it too much, but it's dear to me, so fuck you. I'm a big boy and I can like what I like.
So it's one of the things, I have nothing against you enjoying the cartoon you like, but man, if it makes you start venting about some dumb shit you saw on Reddit or on YouTube or whatever, then it's funny to me. I'm sorry, I know that makes me a bad friend, but I've got to laugh at something that's funny.
No, you see, I completely understand that point of view, and you're right to do so. It's just ooh, you fucker, I'm seething over here.
It's like picking the right moment so you don't get completely upset by it.
God, you're do you already have an Urshifu because you're a master of combat here?
Well, see, it's if you got this kind of friendship where you're sort of nipping at each other's ankles all the time, then there's realising the right moments where it's enough to mildly annoy someone but not actually upset them, and that's getting the right balance there, It
is.
That is something that you do only really get with sort of some of your sort of closest friends, because it's just the way sort of it is. And also it is only some friends and not others, because I know for a fact that I can just take the piss out of you two and you'll be fine with it, but I know that with some other people that I'm friends with probably couldn't quite get away with that one, because it's part of it is closeness, part of it is just your humour. I
feel a lot of it comes down to if you're both on equal footing, if we throw shit at each other and it's kind of on the same level, we can both, we can all kind of take what we deal, then it's fair. It's just when it's a bit one-sided, then it's got a different kind of feel to it.
And also, to be fair, I know for a fact we generally, we always try not to, but we don't really punch down at all It's all about punching up, because at that point sort of people can take it. This is why, we take the piss out of Tom, because he's our boss. So
Oh, so does that mean Tom can't make chaps back?
No, I personally have no problem punching down. I'm sorry, guys, you may want to hear this, but offensive jokes can be very, very funny.
I will say I do agree with that, and I feel like I don't necessarily agree with the whole punching up, punching down logics entirely. I feel like it's, who, like...
It's who and when.
Who and when, like, what kind of attitude the person has toward it and whether they can take it and shit like that. And sometimes, like, some people just do something really stupid that you gotta laugh at, but that's its own thing, isn't it?
Alright, so now the gym leaders have come back into the picture. I believe you can re-challenge the leaders after the main story is done, because I know there's a Marnie rematch at the very least.
Yes.
For now, we are going to face a particular set of trainers here. Don't worry, Richie, I'll let you speak. I know you hate it when you can't or don't. So it's going to be, I think these are all, like, set. I think it's Nessa, then a version exclusive. So in Shield, it would be Alistair, and then this one is B, and then Raihan. Which is a shame because there's, like, loads of gym leaders to go around here. You could have just had, a randomized set.
Well, when you come back in the post-game, I believe you can actually get a more randomised tournament, or at least against different leaders, because I did that on my Shield run. I went back and did another round of the League Challenge. But one factor that there is in the rematch League Challenge is that you can pick one trainer, like one of your rivals, to invite. So that's like your guaranteed battle there. Like you can invite Hop or Marnie or like one of the in-game rivals. So you can sort of pick to a certain degree, but I believe there is an element of randomness on top of that.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, that was basically what I was going to say. God damn it, Flame, taking my stuff.
But now I get credit for it. So see, guys, I'm the smart one, and I didn't have to have like Bulbapedia open for that either.
Oh, amazing! Oh, a cutscene. I had forgotten what motion was like in Pokemon. Look at Kabu there. Yes, he is fired up and ready to go.
So basically, the way that it works after you've beaten sort of it normally is that you can obviously take it on again. You have the ability to invite any of 10 trainers to participate, or just go with any trainer. You'll always have to do 3 matches to keep the title, and so you can invite Milo, Nessa, Kabu, B/Alistair, Bede, Gordy, or Melanie, Marnie, Piers, Raihan, Hop, or Leon, and then there are a few other opponents. There's another 15 different trainers that you can battle, which are slightly lower leveled than the gym leaders, and they don't Dynamax their Pokemon, but sort of they are options that you've got there. And so obviously you can invite people, but ultimately it will be slightly random. And oh hey, look, it's Bede.
Yes, he's been on screen for quite a while now, Richie, while you were jabbering away over there.
Well, I mean, it's about as much attention as he deserves, really.
He had his entire life ripped apart just because he was trying to do the right thing with the wrong methods, and now here he stands before us, wearing these colours, using these types, and he's like, oh, I've been sissified, god damn it.
There's probably already a Dojin about that, you realise.
The second he appeared on screen wearing this outfit, Dojins willed themselves into existence.
Basically, yeah.
How do you think the porn happened so fast? It's not people drawing it, it just comes out of the ether. Pokemon is fucking witchcraft. They were right. All those naysayers in the late 90s were right.
Well, you say Pokemon's witchcraft in that respect, but like Sonic stuff is even quicker, and I know that for a fact.
That's the Speed Force just dropping it out of the ether.
That is like the time that really hit home for me is when the first like trailer for the Deadly Six in Lost World came out, and I saw porn of the girl from the Deadly Six on Tumblr. Like I think it was like 5 minutes afterwards, someone quickly thrown out a sketch to be the first one.
Yeah, people are horny motherfuckers.
They sure. You're in a call with one, Richie. You're in a call.
Yeah, Tom. Don't you know what Tom's like?
Oh, Jesus, the simping is coming from inside the call.
Thankfully, I've never simped, so I'm fine.
Flame, you're a paragon of virtue is what you are. Anyway, back to more sane and actual real matters here. Oh, goody. Yeah, just go ahead and dodge my initial attack. That doesn't start things off on a dull note or anything. He's using fairy types now, so, I don't know, use poison when you can. Not on Mawile, though, because, you know, steel negates that.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that you do have the potential issue of is that all bar Mawile are all Psychic Fairy, so you are running a slight risk throwing in any sort of poison type, but they're still going to be relatively effective. It's just sort of a potential risk factor that you're going to have in there. Your safest pet is probably actually Bug, I think?
Well, as far as I recall, yeah, my Corviknight swept to Sky, so the steel type, as long as, like, outside of Mawile, where it doesn't really do much, like, all the others you kind of just sweep with some good steel attacks.
Yeah. I mean, poison will do just as well, it's just that you stand much more a risk because of that psychic type.
Oh, thank God he's designed to buff the God of War. Alright, now I'm going to poison him back to the fucking Stone Age.
Yeah, but a Guard of War with Calm Mind, if you don't get rid of it quick enough, that can be lethal.
It's okay.
And I know this because I used that as my strategy when I last played Emerald. I had my Guard of War, I used Calm Mind until it was maxed out, and then just swept the entire fucking Dragon type Elite Four member, just using Psychic.
That guy's tricky to deal with, much more so than Lance, I think.
I can't even remember his team. Like, Lance I find most memorable because obviously he's got the Dragonite and the Charizard, my two favourite Pokemon. And obviously there's the Dragonite meme as well, which backs that up. But yeah, like, he's got Salamence as far as I recall. I can't really remember what else.
Alright, here's the thing. He's got Shelgon, Altaria, a couple of Flygons, and a Salamence.
Yeah, see, that's where he's got duplicates and whatnot, so it's not quite as memorable. Like, I can, after I'm praising Lance when he's got 3 fucking Dragonite in Gen 2, but you know, it's Dragonite, bitch.
It sure is. And his Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby rematch has Altaria, Dragoledge, Kingdra, Flygon, Haxorus, and Salamence. So that's a pretty gosh darn good team there. That's Drake, by the way.
Yes.
But they still didn't give him the best dragon Pokemon, sorry.
Alas for poor Drake and his poor choice of Pokemon. Yeah, maybe use something better, because guess what, bitch? It's Metal Claw time!
Goodbye.
You look stupid, see ya.
Back to the jar with you.
No! Sorry, my soul screamed and it came through my mouth.
I had to get one in, I'm sorry.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Oh, look, it's teeny tiny in its body tower. This thing is weird.
Yeah, not my favourite of the new designs, I will say.
I mean, I have to say, I do like it, but I think that was partially because I hadn't probably fully realised that it was teeny tiny in a massive body tower, and that just makes it very creepy. But I do think that it is a sort of pretty elegant design. Perhaps not so when it turns into its Gigantamax form, but it's still quite cool.
It almost looks like, in the little, like, its head in that little casing thing at the top there, that almost looks like one of the, like, Jirachi clones from Gen 4. It's sort of got a Mesprit sort of look to it, just different colour.
Yeah.
Which, they're probably the weakest of the trios design-wise.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, honestly.
It's because they are just Jirachi clones in terms of their looks. Like, for all the shit people give, like, the Gen 5 ones, like, you know, the Swords of Justice or whatever they are, like, at least they've got a bit more substance to them than just being these little chibi things. Are we gonna do this?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do this.
Nice.
There's Dynamaxing on the field, like, it would be daft not.
Some people have mentioned in our comments for earlier parts that they got through some of these bosses without Dynamaxing at all, and it was kind of a challenge run sort of thing for them. And like, it's perfectly doable. It's just the Dynamax gives you a bit of a buff, so you might as well if you're just trying to get through it.
Doesn't Dynamaxing just give you unique moves and also like up your HP a bit? It doesn't really boost like attack defense stats, etc.
Well, yeah, but the attacks are better attacks. That's the sort of buff you get in there.
I agree to disagree on some points. I find standard moves work better sometimes.
Well, I suppose it is a case-by-case thing, but like what I was saying in the last part, a lot of the moves have added bonuses, so rather than just damage, you might cause a sandstorm or make it rain or something like that, rather than just your usual attack power.
Yeah. Good for Bede, by the way. He's finally come into his own and realised that he will never beat us, and he is shit, and he should stick with fairy types.
It's totally fair.
Well, I mean, it's kind of shameful, really, but you know.
No, everyone loves him. Just restart your career. You can do that. You have the money, don't you?
If not, just get Opal to fund it.
Yeah, I mean, she'll probably happily do that.
I mean, probably going to leave an inheritance soon enough. Woohoo!
Now I'm imagining him, spending all of her pension on, refurbishments for the gym or some shit.
Well, not really anyone else to spend it on, I suppose. I'm making all these presumptions about Opal's life, and she's like, bitch, I don't care, I'm fabulous.
Yeah, as long as she's got some pink in her life, she don't care whatever.
Hey, read into that how you see fit. Hey.
That was entirely on you.
So yeah, that wasn't actually part of the tournament in itself, so Bede is he's an impedance more than anything. Now we are going to make sure we're all set and ready, and I know ahead of time that we're going to be fighting Nessa next, so bippity boppity boop, it is time to attack. Who shall we give this rare candy to? Yeah, Drago, you can have it.
I mean, I was about to say that made the most sense, but with how little EXP he needed at that point, not quite so worth it. You probably should have used it in Cinderace, but hey, it doesn't really matter.
You should know by now, but my choices aren't logical, they come from emotion.
Let's make the big dragon a bit scarier, that'll do. But that is one advantage of the new candies now, the experience candies, in the fact that you're less likely to accidentally waste it on something that needed 10 experience points to the next level. That and the fact that if you get the XL one thing, you can get your Pokemon from level 1 to level 40 in one hit.
It's fucking nuts. I actually did that to balance out my team in Shield before I went to the league. And I gotta say, if the choice is spending a couple of hours grinding or get a couple of the XL things in a few raids, I'll take the raids, thank you very much.
Yeah, see, I will say I was a bit cautious of these being brought into the main series when I first saw that it was happening, because I know from Pokemon Let's Go it was completely OP. Every time you sent one of your duplicate Pokemon to OP, you would get loads of candies and that, so you could overlevel yourself for no effort. Whereas this one, because it's tied into the raids and you have to do those big battles to get them, it's not quite as OP this time around, so that's fine by me.
We've got a fresh new remix and a fresh new team of Pokemon. I used Golisopod a lot during Gen 7, but unfortunately you're on the enemy side now, so enjoy Overdrival!
Didn't even get a chance to use emergency exit.
Oh, he used emergency exit, alright, just not in the way I was expecting.
It was an emergency, and he did indeed exit.
Oh yeah, baby. Alright, Barrascuda time.
Another one of the cool water Pokemon that came in this gen. I did use one of these for a little while, but I ended up going back to Gyarados because I'm a predictable basic bitch, but you know.
Well, I think so. Oh, bloody hell, that was... well, I suppose it's a ground-type move, to be expected. But, I mean, I think I like Barrascuda, but I think it just doesn't really necessarily look much. For the sort of fully evolved Pokemon, I generally like to see them sort of be a bit bigger or a little bit more designed, I suppose.
I think its simplicity is what makes it appealing. We don't need everything
Fair enough.
50 fins or dozens of stripes and whatnot. No, it's just a Pokemonized Barracuda, and that's all you need. Also, why did it have counters to 2 of my Pokemon specifically? That was weird.
Did she, like how you looked at the guide to know she was next, does she have, a guide about you?
Looking on the ground, is that the script? I think it is.
Oh, it says he's gonna send out the fucking, the electric one first. Like, let's just get that going.
Come on, I think a war-type gym leader is gonna be prepared for, like, someone trying to counter a grass or electric.
Well, she's clearly not prepared for electric with a fucking Pelipper.
Well, I mean, looking at her team and the movesets, basically that Barraskewda is the only thing that she's really got that could really do much to an electric type or a grass type. I mean, I suppose she has got counters to grass because you've got Gliscod with the bug, you've got Pelipper with the flying, you've got the Ice Fang on the Barraskewda, there's a Mega Horn on one of the next Pokemon. The last one doesn't really have one, but it does have a somewhat counter to electric.
Yeah, so what amuses me about Pelipper in particular in this battle is that now that Pelipper has Drizzle, Pelipper has given you 100% accuracy on Thunder, so he is just asking to be killed in one hit. Like, I did that because, I mentioned a while back, I still had my Gigantamax Pikachu on the team, so like Pikachu, I gave it Thunder and it just completely wiped out that Pelipper in one shot.
Nice. The other
Fuck
thing,
yeah.
yeah. But one of the things that is really cool is Mr. Rhyme's special move Freeze Dry is actually super effective against ice types. No, not ice types, water types. Which is so awesome and helpful.
Didn't that move come in Gen 6, I want to say? I seem to remember that being around then.
I mean, it might have been, but I really have only ever come across it with Mr. Rhyme. But it just made me really happy, because, I mean, like, if you ever wanted a Gyarados killer, there's one right there.
Basically. I'm guessing Tom hadn't realised that Freeze Dry is super effective there.
No, it's fun. I used Energy Ball, and bitch is done. Why is Energy Ball a grass move, besides the fact that it's green, by the way?
I guess it's a ball of grassy energy.
I guess, yeah. Oh, here come Giant Turtle Lad. One of the silliest Gigantamax forms, I think.
But it's so much fun.
It's cool enough in its own right.
I go first. Me, I'm the challenger.
I'm the one with the guy who dances with his cane, so that's the one that people are here to actually see.
Hell yeah. Zip dip doo. Welcome to Scatman's world, bitch.
No, it's more of a Charlie Chaplin thing going on really on it, but like, yeah, it kind of covers all the ground.
Yeah, don't flood the stadium. I don't think we can afford the lawsuits when you genocide an entire stadium of people.
Yeah, like, fuck, how much is the insurance for this?
Ridiculously high, probably.
Look at this Big Zam looking motherfucker, Jesus.
It's so much fun! But also, can I just point out, whilst I remember, that I love the sort of remix music that they've got here, because it makes this last phase so much more awesome, and I wish that they had this sort of tuning throughout the rest, because it sounds in tune, and it just makes the song sound so much more enjoyable, and I love it so much more.
Do people have to do like a vocal test when they buy their tickets or something? Like, can you sing in tune? Okay, in you come. Like, are you off a bit?
It doesn't really matter, because it's like when a group of males all sing in unison. As you see at football matches, it sounds the fucking same.
Yeah, like, so basically that's part of the reason why I think the regular gym battles, just my brain goes with the final phases, is because it sounds wrong, even though when you've got a massive group of people singing sort of whatever they're singing at, all of them added together somehow makes it sound like it should do. So it's why I'd like this version a lot more.
Okay. Rishi's opinions on the Pokemon Sword playthrough.
Well, I mean, what else have you got me here for, apart from reading stuff off Bulbapedia?
Oh, Rich. He's becoming self-aware.
That's one more thing that I bring to the table, because I'm just here to give my opinions, which are clearly very valuable and everyone is interested in.
Don't ever change Flame, because if you do, I'll know you're doing something right.
No, but like, the thing with the vocal harmonies and that is really cool, and it's one of the reasons why I really like the band Camaro, because they've got like 20 vocalists and they just layer all their vocals on top of each other, and it sounds amazing.
Well, alright then. Alright, Mr. Crime, you're up next.
Again. Like, he's the star of the show here, let's be honest.
I hadn't been using it for a while, so I figured it was time. Time for crime, if you will.
Well, obviously, there is a risk with this fight because Psychic, yay! Murdering of all types of fighting types. But Ice type, therefore weak to fighting type moves, so we'll see how this goes.
As long as he's careful, it don't matter.
This is Tom we're talking about.
Wow. On the other side, we have Feet.
Yes, we do. We aren't sure of her age, so don't be that way. Don't do it.
Well, I mean, Tanner kind of beat us with his LP, where he literally put the word feet in the title for the part with her in it.
Okay, you know what? I'm in a trauma sandwich with Tanner on one side and Flame on the other right now. You're both degenerates. Fuck all of this.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, how do you think I feel? Like, I'm slightly further away in terms of the innocence level, so, like, my god.
Well, we'll drag you down to our level and be experienced soon enough, mate.
Oh god, we're gonna make Richie unemployable too.
Oh, bless. Bless indeed. Here we go. Oh no.
Oh. Wow!
It's fine, you've got one of my favourite fighting type Pokemon on screen. I fucking love Alicia so much.
And it's gone.
Polyuch is great.
With a crit, no less. This is basically a redemption run for me, because I wasn't happy with how the initial fight with B went during the gym challenge, but here, I am much more prepared.
Thank God. But yeah, you got Freddy there, and so that should really cover you with most of them at least.
Mm-hmm.
If it does look really off, I really don't like this fucking Pokemon.
Good old Surfetch'd.
Good old Surfetch'd is fantastic though.
Surfetch'd is amazing.
Thrilling commentary, guys. Let's pick it up a bit, shall we?
I'm sorry, like, Surfetch'd is carrying the show here, he's doing the work.
Look at me.
I mean, really, Surfetch'd is here. We really don't need to say much else because, like, Surfetch'd just wins.
Alright, I am going to have to go to Bulbapedia for this one. Richie, I want you to tell me your favourite Elite Four team.
Which Elite Four?
Any you like.
So is this discounting champions?
This is discounting champions, yes.
Oh god. Oh, bloody hell.
He struggles when he has to form his own opinions, doesn't he, Flame?
Hey! I struggle when you put me on the spot with, like, a mass of options that I don't necessarily think about very often. Probably, what's the ice type in Ruby Sapphire? What's her name?
Glacier.
Glacier. Potentially her?
Well, I'm saying in, like, terms of, like, overall, like, all four of them.
Oh, which is the best Elite Four?
That's what I said in the beginning.
I
Jesus.
thought you said best Elite Four team. That's a different kettle of fish.
To be fair, I was thinking that as well. I was thinking, like, I already said Lance, what are you getting at here?
Yeah. At that point, I would probably say Ruby Sapphire.
Yeah, I'm a basic bitch for Gen 1. I do like those teams.
I mean, the Gen 1's a classic, don't get me wrong. But I just think that Ruby Sapphire has sort of a great variety in terms of the typings, and they're all sort of really cool designs.
They also probably have the best Elite Four theme as well.
In the remakes, yeah.
Well, no, both of them.
In the remakes, yeah.
Don't start with me. I will cry.
I say start with you then. No, but like, I would say probably a solid second place for me. Probably actually the Gen 2 ones, if only because they've got Karen, the Dark type specialist, who has an Umbreon, and like, I know Umbreon's not the most powerful Pokemon in the world, but he's got such a cool design. That's like the bias that gets me, and the fact that they've brought back trainers from Gen 1 as well. You got Bruno as the fighting and well, mostly rock guy, but fighting guy, and they've also got Koga in from the gym lead, like from the gyms in the last game as well. So there's kind of a little bit of continuity there. A couple of people got promotions and whatnot, so that's cool. Like, granted, it is the same Pokemon League, whereas in other games it's Pokemon Leagues from other regions, so it kind of balances out there.
I mean, sort of, that throws in a whole thing of, because, like, my favourite gen is Gen 2, without a shadow of a doubt, and sort of that type of thing is part of the reason why. But obviously when you're looking at them in isolation, that's when things get a little bit more different.
Yeah, I would have to say, I think it's actually a toss-up between Gen 3 and maybe this, like, generation, because there is no Elite Four. They do something different, and it feels a bit better, rather than having to fight some no-name trainers.
Now, I do agree with you on that one. I think that ultimately this is the type of finale that I think we've all been, in a way, trained to expect because of the anime. Like, the anime, ultimately, when that isn't what you experienced in the game, just sort of made it go, oh, so I'm just facing down 4 randomers who I've likely never met before. It doesn't quite have as much of an impact as if there's a massive tournament of all the best people, and those are the people that you happen to face. I think that from the start would have been a much more effective narrative route of what the Elite Four are. But then they wouldn't have been called the Elite Four, would they?
Well, I'm not too fussed about the fact that they're randos, purely on the basis that the champion is usually someone we've met before, so it's like there's still that degree of familiarity, and I kind of feel like in Universe the idea of having these elusive, really powerful trainers, that is thematically appropriate in its own right. Like, this absolutely works well, and it is kind of like the big face-off against everyone who's been going through the challenge alongside you. Yeah. So that works too, but like, I'm not too fussed about the more traditional format either. I feel like the only case where it felt a little bit underwhelming, I guess, was actually Gen 7, because it felt like the league had just been thrown together a bit quickly, which it had. That was kind of what was going on there. But, you know, it's not quite the same as this big established league, and there's these experts that they've been training for years for this moment kind of thing.
Yeah. Sorry, Beat's not a very interesting character. All her dialogue, and even in the post-game, does not have an ounce of oomph to it at all.
Oh, some of the fan art of her has a lot of oomph to it.
It's like, I've got new breathing techniques to deal with this. I'm going to activate my Hamon and purge the toxicity out of my body. Oh, hey Piers, it's nice to have an actual bro here. It would be nice to have one of those in real life as well.
Hey, what do you think I am?
You are a text-to-speech program that I made. You just don't know it yet.
Oh god, it's developing sentience. Is that why he ended up in Detroit?
I guess so.
It must be. Like, it was my way of saying I need to break out.
Yeah, that was a decent battle. Although, to be fair, Dark types versus Dragons, there's not really many, like, you know, super effective counters and one on there, so it's a straight battle, really.
It's kind of this thing that he has his own self-imposed decision to not use Dynamax, and like that's cool in his gym, and that's like his thing. But it feels like if he has this power that he could use and he chooses not to, and then you beat him, like in terms of actually being in a tournament against the guy, that feels like it would be quite an underwhelming win. But who do we have here?
Oh, you know who it is, because they flashed it up, mate. It's him, the guy who uses dragons, and I think we're going to be a bit more, well, balanced this time around and not have the shit show we had during the gym challenge. It's Raihan.
Well, thank God. This is what happens when I don't actually look at the screen as they mention him.
Oh Lord, oh Flame.
Look, come on, I'm allowed to blink sometimes.
No, Flamey, no, you are not. It's, like, totally not okay.
I specifically negotiated that in the contract.
He's allowed to blink 3 times per hour, no more, no less. I'm sure there's an actual contract out there that has some kind of ridiculously strict things going on, but not here, not at HFC.
Yeah, because I ain't signed shit.
We do this because we care.
Or in my case, just let Tom sign everything, so if something goes tits up, it's on him.
Oh yeah, let's go. Full disclosure, baby. Let's get bankrupt.
Okay, well, let's earthquake this Soul for a start, because fuck, that's double wing to it.
Oh yeah. I wonder the Gigantamax Torkoal, thinking about it now. I think it would be really nice looking.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to imagine what it would be. Would it have, like, lava plumes shooting out of them holes on its back? That would be cool.
Maybe so, yeah.
Like, because it's got the smoke there, but if you had, like, massive flumes, then maybe if it could, like, use that to levitate itself or something, I don't know.
I mean, basically, the way I see it, it's basically an erupting volcano.
Maybe, but then we have got Colossal.
That is true, but this, like, I suppose more of a smoky erupting volcano.
Yeah, we want different volcanoes for different areas. Oh, Turtonator. This can be a bit of a bitch to take down because it's quite defensive in its typing, and it has that shell attack that if you use, I think, certain contact moves, then it hurts you.
Thankfully, Earthquake does not count.
Yeah, well, you took it down in one hit anyway, so that's no problem.
Oh, Simone, I told you she'd be pulling away, mate.
That's good, yes.
You see, like, this is why when it's like you're trying to come up with a team, you put in the balance and, like, it comes into its focus, like, right about now.
Hey.
I use the team of my favourites, so I get it.
And now we have Flygon.
Flygon's a cool Pokemon, but like I feel it gets a bit looked over in the Gen 3 lineup, like because there's that and there's Salamence, another Dragon type like pseudo legendary.
Yeah.
And I will say actually between the two, I prefer Flygon's design. I'm not sure how it is like in its use, but Salamence to me, it's a cool Pokemon, but its design, it feels a little bit on the generic side, like a generic cartoon dragon.
It is the wings, isn't it?
I think it's that and maybe the safe coloration, because like, I know you could say that Dragonite is also a pretty basic cartoon dragon, but like I feel like the coloration and that, it lets it stand on its own, whereas like the sort of more, I don't know how best to describe it, but the colour scheme doesn't really sit too well with me. And like the Mega Form is just shit, really.
Salamence also, if you look at it in sort of terms of the dragons that came either side of it, like Tyranitar is so cool.
Oh yeah.
And then afterwards you have Garchomp, which, my god, Garchomp is the best.
Also, Tyranitar's not a dragon, for starters.
Is it not?
No, it's not. It's Rock Dark or Dark Rock, one of them.
What about that? But it basically fits the the dragon mold, even if it's not. Yeah. So basically, sort of like it's got those to compete with. I mean, to be fair, in Gen 3, yeah, Salamence is obviously like, because from what I remember, it's a really quite powerful dragon type. I think more so than Flygon, but I think that potentially following that, Flygon's done a bit better out of it in the grand scheme of things because of its dual typing.
Yeah, well, Gen 3 has quite a few, like, powerful lines, doesn't it? Because you've got Metagross as well, which I suppose you could argue has, like, pseudo-legendary traits to it.
Well, it is a pseudo-legendary because you'd get the Beldum right at the end of the game.
Yeah, I suppose so. Like, it's one of them Pokemon that I always associate it more with its shiny form, because, like, the only time I've used one on my team was when they did that giveaway for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, if you got an early copy.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, shiny Metagross is phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he absolutely is. Like, it's just one of the things that, like, for a giant supercomputer to have it like shining silver, you know, that is so fucking cool. Like, more so than like the fucking Duraludon here, which I would say is probably only cool to me in its Gigantamax form, but then it is really fucking cool. It's like the two extremes there. It's like an odd-looking little thing in its base form, but then it becomes fucking skyscraper. The fuck yeah, this is amazing. There we go.
The shard in all its glory. Ooh, I like that cry.
It's a good cry, that.
That's just Rose Tower on Bring Your Son to Work Day.
Kind of, yeah. When you have a building, what do you need? You need Godzilla, of course, so come forth. This is off-brand Godzilla.
this is a different kind of giant monster to take it on. It works just as well.
This ain't your daddy's kaiju.
You would have been better off using Max Whirlwind on you.
Well, that's all I have to say. Well,
we have a giant fist in the sky. That'll work for us.
Who doesn't love a giant fist in the sky?
Thank you for finishing that sentence. Are you okay, right, Honda?
No, he's losing the plot a little bit, I think.
Little bit. Well, it's because he's about to lose, so...
Yeah, he knows it's not going in his favour here.
Well, it's been fun, Raihan, but this time I stomp you. Goodbye.
You stomped it with your fist, so you're on the same mindset of seeing game animations.
You know what, every time I try walking to the fridge to get a drink or something, I end up like doing a handstand for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
I suppose it's good exercise, so you can't fault you there.
Like, I have the strongest arms in like the East Midlands right now. Yeah, this is so not cool. Well, at least I have my OnlyFans.
Oh god, now you're down to my level.
Yep, and it's dark down here. I'd like to get out, please.
Tough shit, once you come here, you never go back.
Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, that's basically everything done but Leon right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, my god, this ending has wrapped up so quickly, and, like, it's amazing that nothing's happened, because, I mean, you would have assumed that Chairman Rose would have done something, considering, you know, it was hinted at, and all of that jazz.
Are you done?
I'm glad Richie went for the far too long sarcastic spiel, because I was literally seconds away from doing my own one.
Yeah, of course. You can't have a tournament arc without an interruption of some kind. So, let's wait and see what happens.
It's going to be perfectly fine, Tom. What was I just saying? Like, my god.
Rillaboom, out your Pokeball for reasons. Now, when I played in Shield, he had Inteleon, and I had a moment where my fight or flight instinct just kicked in. I was like, oh god, no.
Yeah, see, like, Rillaboom, it seems like the sort of mate you would have as a pet, and that's fine, but when it's Inteleon and it's a fucking lizard, like, put that shit away, mate.
I love Grass Donkey Kong.
Yeah, like Rillaboom, I said before, he is my favourite of this gen starters. He's so fucking cool.
If we were to have a Shellmon in Smash as like the second pack of download, whatever, would you prefer Cinderace or Rillaboom, Richie?
I mean,
Will you just fucking pick?
I'll probably say Cinderace purely because I prefer Cinderace as a Pokemon, and also I think that you could potentially do some fun stuff with it.
Well, I was going to say I prefer Rillaboom as a Pokemon design, so him, but then I realised that what would his moveset be? Would he basically just be Donkey Kong again?
Yeah.
Because I could see him adapting to be a Donkey Kong clone far too easily.
Well, since they go with starters only for the most part, it's going to be between Cinderace and Inteleon then.
Well, I mean, they did do Lucario in Gen 4 in Brawl, so, like, there's not a hard rule for it. Although, it's just what other Pokemon would they pick that's, like, iconic to the game and would adapt well. Because I'm not sure who I would go with if we're talking about the whole Galar decks. Like, I'd love someone like Berserker, but I feel like that's a bit of an obscure choice.
Well, yeah, but Piranha Plant's got in, so...
Well, yeah, but Piranha Plant was like a giveaway. He wasn't like a fighter they were trying to sell to be.
True. I mean, I suppose potentially they could do something like Urshifu, or... Well, it's probably one of the ones that they potentially would do if they wanted to. I mean, in terms of interesting movesets of the starters, you probably are actually looking at Inteleon.
Yeah, because like, he's got the whole sniper thing, isn't he? So he's got his zone attacks.
Because if you're looking at Cinderace, you're going to potentially be much closer to Lucario.
Yeah, like Lucario is fun to play in Smash, but he doesn't need a fucking clone.
Well, I mean, he is a clone, but...
Lordy, he's here. Hello, Galar. I am here because I cannot wait one more day to enact the darkest day. So I'm going full pants on head stupid, and I'm just going to set all these things off right now.
Yeah, because this was a great idea.
Fuck.
It's a good thing no one was standing there.
What would happen if a human was exposed to Dynamax energy?
Would they Dynamax? Would this become like an IRL, like giantess sort of thing?
Oh, the lore is rich and luscious. You can just tell in like Lee's mind, he's like, I can't fucking believe this. I asked for one fucking day after all the work I've put in, and no, he couldn't even give me that.
Yeah, like, you can't just hold off being a crazy arsehole just for a little while longer. Let's wrap this up. Like, even if you just wait till the closing ceremony or some shit, just hold off a bit, mate.
Well, of course not. I mean, why would you do that? Like, just don't be ridiculous.
Now, strangely, I just accidentally closed my video, so could you give me like a 15-second warning before the video ends, please?
You absolute fucking balance.
I was trying to click back onto it after checking my emails, and I accidentally clicked X.
What are you doing checking your emails in the middle of a pass?
I'm a busy guy, fuck off!
What have you been doing all day other than eating and maybe setting up your computer for this?
Not a lot.
Shall I just count down for you? Because you've got like 55 seconds now.
Oh, no, just continue to comment what's happening, I guess.
In the most boring, pedantic way possible. Yes, here's Hop with his arms slightly crossed. Nope, now he's standing normally. I don't fucking know. Like, they're basically just talking about how we're gonna have to go and sort shit out. So you're not really missing much during this particular conversation here.
And also, basically, is just going, so, like, there were two heroes, so, we're totally two best mates, so, we're totally going to be the next two heroes. Like, hell yeah, and, I mean, they're not wrong.
This is like listening to the worst audiobook adaptation of Sword and Shield ever.
Alright, you got 16 seconds, do your fucking thing.
Alright, guys, well, join us next time, where we go back to the Slumbering Well to find, well, something, I suppose. I'll try not to click X next time. See you then, bye-bye.